I'm Jennifer Clark here in Ottawa, Canada. Welcome to Gen Zen TV, putting the soul back into solutions, one conversation, one call, one question at a time. I'm a professional spiritual teacher here in Ottawa, working for about the last 20 years, helping people align and shine and really live everyday magic and miracle. As a wisdom keeper, I'm all about seeing the signs, paying attention to the universe and following your own intuition, and really, as a spiritual warrior, making yourself accountable for your own feelings, your own thoughts, and your own actions. So it's a life of self-awareness and love and forgiveness for everyone. I wanted to start off the chat today. This is an everyday energy hack segment. We're teaching you little things that you can do at life, in your own life and your own workplaces or schools or offices or wherever you are, to help yourself staying aligned and grounded and not get so caught up in the drama on the world around you. This past weekend, I was actually in Toronto at Hay House Live Toronto, where I was visiting with a spiritual teacher, Matt Kahn. I brought a small group of people from Ottawa, and we represented O-Town, and we sat in a sold-out room listening to one of the best spiritual teachers out there in the commercial space. So if you don't know Matt Kahn, please look him up. He has so much free experiences and YouTube videos, testimonials, workshops, webinars, all that kind of stuff. It's online. When Matt Kahn speaks, he speaks from a 5D perspective. So since he was a young kid, he's been living in a state of samadhi or enlightenment. What I like about Matt Kahn is he teaches you how to live a human life extraordinarily as a spiritual being. So he's in the world, but not of the world, if you know what I mean. And when he answers questions, when he offers advice, he's really taking the lens of a guru or an enlightened being, but still actually having the live experience. So he still gets drama, he still gets attitude, he still gets challenges presented to him, but because his perspective is so aware and evolved, he doesn't see it as a problem or a challenge or an experience of discord. So his new book, which I really want to encourage everyone out there to get, is Everything is Here to Help You. It actually sold out at the conference. It's all about sort of your soul's evolution and how to live in the world. And we all need a guidebook sometimes. We all need to, remind ourselves of, how to walk the path. And sometimes the path can feel alone, even if you're a room of 1,000 people. So there's 3 takeaways I wanted to share with you that I took away from Matt Kahn's experience. Again, these are not my concepts. Please understand, this is Matt Kahn all the way. Search him out on social media. Check out his books, check out his YouTube videos. Number 1 is self-care. Really powerful, important step on the path of evolution or spirituality or happiness, whatever your end goal might be. It's all about taking care of yourself. And if you took care of yourself, mind your business, eat right, exercise, drink water, forgive, care, share, do what you need to do, finish your taxes, clean out the closet, say yes, say no, have boundaries. Whatever that might look like to you, if you do what you need to do, it actually creates an energetic alignment around you. And a lot of people who do come to me as a coach or as a teacher are really just out of alignment. They're just simply out of balance because they haven't taken the time to self-reflect. They haven't taken the time to nap, to sleep, to eat, to take care of themselves, to go out and have fun. So giving yourself permission to love yourself, giving yourself permission to take care of yourself is the number 1 rule. And he's taking self-care from a spiritual space. He's not really talking about, the diet and nutrition stuff and the mindfulness stuff. It's all part of it, of course, but it's really from the lens of, if you're not loving yourself, then who else will? I'm really telling this to people who are single out there. And number 1 rule, love yourself and others will find you. Be the one you're waiting for, buy yourself flowers, all these kind of isms and that are out there for the dating community, people who are looking for love, but really rarely applied. And I know I've spent the last 2 weeks in deep sort of meditation, deep transition, deep self-reflection. I literally, after his event, went back to the hotel room, totally wired, blown my mind. Of course, it was late at night, and took all my clothes off and stood in the mirror and just started to love every part of myself. And believe me, I have a lot of things that I could be critical about, but the lens was all about own it, own your beauty, own the softness, own the sweetness, own every part and love it. Love every part. And it was a really interesting exercise because it's very difficult for me to take a compliment. It's very difficult for me. I know I'm good at certain things. I know I'm smart. I know I have certain elements of things. But when people start to see me and see all of me, it starts to make me a little nervous, which is great because that's my growth opportunity. And you've heard the mirror exercise before. I was actually butt full on naked. And so like all the bits, the wiggly bits and all the parts were there. And, you know, I actually started to see myself glow. I literally started to see my auric field grow. I kept saying, I love you, a simple statement. And this is a Matt Kahn mandate in all of his workshops. I love you. I love you. And again, your eyes are closed or open, whatever, more comfortable, but you're saying the words over and over again. You're saying it to yourself, about yourself, and all the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So I did that, of course, late at night. My mind was already, I was already discombobulated, had a bit of wine with dinner. And I was really in the flow of what Matt was trying to say. I started to see my wings evolve. My chest started, you know, I stood up taller. I started to get thinner. My neck became more regal and queen-like. I felt a crown on my head. All these archetypal things that I know I already have. But when you're in your meh attitude and, you know, you're not so positive about yourself, or you have a critical lens about yourself, especially, it can be very uplifting. So I am really actually challenging you all, because I know who's watching right now, is to get naked, stand in front of the mirror, and really from a genuine space, not narcissistic, not egoic, but loving the vessel, loving the temple, loving your physical garment. We call it in the mystery schools, loving where you're at, what brought you here, remembering that your body never gave up on you, still is standing, you're still here on some capacity. Thank you, body, for never giving up on me. And it started to really create beauty within myself. It really started to create an energy of change in the few minutes that I was doing it. So I really want to encourage you to try that exercise. Don't laugh about it. It's kind of corny. Matt makes you do it for 2 full minutes, and you know the whole room's I love you, I love you, and he tries to make it interesting and dynamic so the tonality will change. And you want to laugh. But really, by the time of the 2-minute exercise, you really are more present. You're in your body. You're loving your body. You're holding yourself taller and wider. For me, it's more like regal, more like a queen. Really owning the beauty that I do have, that I don't on a regular basis acknowledge. And that will start to shift. So a 2-minute self-love exercise in the mirror, saying I love you. Sounds corny. It actually works. Please try it. First step on the path of evolution is self-love. So that's the first hack. Try it. Even if you've done it before, take it from the lens that this is part of my spiritual growth, my spiritual evolution. It's not about just changing, you know, the frown upside down. It's more about for me to evolve. And again, for me, I do this exercise now every day. Well, since then, it's only been a couple days. But it really has changed the energy around me. I got to tell you, I'm getting more noticed, attracting more attention. Skin's getting brighter, hair's getting even better. The good bits are even better, and the bits that I didn't like so much are getting, yeah, you know what, I can work with that. So see if that relates to you in any way, shape, or form. Start with self-love. The second thing he really wants you to talk about in terms of this everything is here to help you concept, or the path, the steps of the path, it's all about the breath. It's breathing. It's not to go into fear when you're confronted. It's not whether it's a work challenge, someone's sort of taking power over you, or you're feeling panicked. It's to watch how you started to breathe when someone, you know, brings up a topic that's difficult or challenging you or making you feel emotional, making you feel something you don't want to feel. So it's really paying attention to how your stomach is, very yogic, your breath. And when you're in fear, especially, stop and breathe. When you're having like anger bubble up, or you're kind of losing your shit type of thing, it's to really root yourself, lock in, ground like a tree, and breathe, and keep yourself open. Very Mr. Miyagi. We've talked about that over and over here on the Gen Zen TV show. Be like water, so someone punches through you doesn't create a resistance when they hit you. Again, from a 5D evolved state, no one can hit you because you are love. Everyone is love, and people who are angry are just showing you their pain. People who are afraid are just showing you where things that are not healed, that need to be healed. Really good YouTube video from Matt Kahn is The End of Victimhood. I give it out all the time. So if you haven't seen Matt Kahn, if this is your first time hearing about him, check out that particular 1 hour episode called The End of Victimhood. So the breath, it's all about the breathing. So let's just do a little exercise again. Breathing is part of life. In all the traditions, the mystery schools, the energy medicine, the shamanic, the yogic, breath is important. In fact, when the Christian missionaries landed in Hawaii, and the kahunas met them, and you're a spiritual leader, okay, the offerings were made, the exchanges of goodwill, and when the Hawaiian kahunas, said, okay, show us your magic to the Roman Catholic missionaries, or whatever they were, Christian missionary. Oh my God, I can't say that. Missionaries. They observed that there was no breath work with their prayers. That the priest or whatever it was spoke the words, had interesting rituals that were somewhat similar to theirs, but they had no breath work. They had no breathing in the prana, breathing in the chi, and therefore their auric fields didn't expand, didn't grow, and they didn't connect as fast or as far as the kahunas did. So the kahunas kind of wrote off the missionaries, saying, you guys know something, but you don't have the presence and the power of breath. Huna is all about breath work, as many of the traditions are. So watch how you're breathing. Watch how you're being triggered. And then when you're triggered, watch your breath to determine, am I in alignment? Am I still in my body? Am I still here? One, when you react, you're in ego. You're always in ego. And when you're in breath and allowing, you're responding. And you're responding perhaps more from a spiritual or balanced or calm or truthful approach. Difficult when you're in real life and you're, someone, sends a zinger or asks you a personal question you're not ready to answer. Your shields will go up. So watch your body tension. Watch how your stomach reacts. Watch how you jump or you react to something because somebody's put you off for whatever reason. Here's the thing about Matt Kahn. He doesn't want you to label anyone as bad. He doesn't want you to label yourself as bad. He doesn't want you to project out, oh, you're this, you're that. Allowing information to come forward. First of all, you're responsible to yourself. You have responsibility. You can say yes. You can say no. You can say, I'm not comfortable talking about this right now. You can say, I'd rather not say, instead of sort of deflecting and using sort of common language to get yourself out of a sticky situation. So let's pretend in this moment we're going to be grounding like a tree, rooting ourselves in the earth, going down like roots of a great ancient tree. And I want you to fill up your belly. Allow your belly to fill and then allow your chest to rise and to fall. And just practice that for a few moments to assess what is the difference. We're always looking for the small difference in how you're feeling before and after breath work or before and after any kind of change, positive change. So breath work starts off the whole exercise, grounding and breathing into the ground, bringing the earth energy up and looping it back down like a waterfall, up and down, and then seeing yourself expand, expand, expand out. I like to use the archetype of the angel wings because that's my thing. So the physical angel growing and glowing. And even if you have a prayer, a mantra you need to say, maybe perhaps it's a chant, could be Gayatri chant, it could be any kind of mantra, prayer, Christian prayer, whatever prayer. Make sure that you're breathing before. Allow the breath, allow your energy field to absorb the breath work, the pranic energy, the chi, before you then use the mental thought capacity to send your thoughts out, whether through song, through prayer, even through movement. So breath work is always, always first. Notice how you feel when you're not breathing properly. Anxiety, we tend to have shallow breathing. Our thoughts tend to be erratic. You could actually act more like a dick than you wanted to because it's your fear coming forward. It's your shadow archetypes that are taking over versus your truth, versus your loving being, your loving self, versus your wise self. And so, you know, you kind of lose it. You lose your shit. And whether you're doing it with calm language or not, it's about the breath work. How does it feel in your body when you're being triggered, when you're feeling defensive? Breathe and allow everything to expand and drop. It's kind of like you're dropping your shield. It's like you're dropping your armor and you're dropping the boxing gloves or the protection that you think you need. When you're rooted, when you're standing with breath work, you allow someone to come in and through you versus hurt you. Again, this whole concept of being like water. So please try out the breath work, notice your breathing, and really take moments in between, you know, the water breaks that you're doing, the mindfulness breaks that everyone's doing these days, to breathe. It's okay to pause. It's okay to take a minute. You can say, let me think about that for a sec. Breathe. Then your thoughts will come. Then perhaps your more elegant communication styles will kick back in as opposed to you being reactive. All right. So try that, especially when things are getting a little wonky or you're feeling anxious, threatened, or scared. Most people are scared and they will tend to put up their shields. They will lie to someone, not in a negative way, but more like, well, I didn't say that, or I didn't think that, or no, that's wrong, when actually the truth is the truth. People feel awkward speaking their truth. So when you breathe, when you start loving yourself more, you still can find elegant language, loving language to communicate your truth without hurting anyone's feelings or using crass language or derogatory tonality. And sometimes saying no or yes will cause others pain. Sometimes you have to get used to pissing people off to be who you are, to loving yourself. I don't want to go to the party. I don't want to go out. I don't want to talk about it. If you need a time out, that's what you need. So watching your breath and allowing yourself to get really rooted in your body, because that then aligns all your intuition, your ideas, your wisdoms, and your truth. So giving your spirit permission to speak truth when truth is asked of you. The third hack that I got out of Matt Kahn's experience was blessing everybody. Now, in my training as an integrated energy therapy master trainer, we do this anyway. So I love that there was a similarity to Matt Kahn's work. There's actually in IET a heart hug, a blessing bowl, and a blessing exercise that we do. We teach our students this. Simply put, Matt Kahn, and I would agree, wants you to bless whatever arises, love that. And bless everyone and everything in your life. And blessing is really a positive intention, sending a positive vibe out to the universe. Even something that is broken, even something that is dark, even something that is wounded, and maybe acting angry at you, bless it and call it good. So Matt Kahn's own protocol is he blesses everything. First of all, as a spiritual man, as a spiritual being, everything is love, everything comes from creator. So he's doing it from that space, but also he understands the law of gratitude, the law of energy, and the law of intention. So when you bless everything, let's say someone's having a bad moment, someone's freaking out at the cashier, I bless that person with peace. Offer the opposite to what that person is going through. So the challenge is one thing. Offer the positive opposite in the prayer or the blessing. And a blessing can be simply, again, rooted, breath, open. I bless you, Bob. I send you peace. I bless you, Bob, with abundance. I bless you, Bob, with clarity. You're offering the person the thing they need, the thing that they're working out, that their anger, their anxiety, their fear is working through. So people show you their wounds and how they speak, how they act, their self-talk, their communication style. I definitely do. People who know me well know exactly what's going on in my life. I say it, and then I catch myself and reflect and try to, work on that. So it's easy to tell people's pain points, wounded points, when they act like a boob or acting like a child or acting out and all those kind of references. So when you see that, breathe and offer that energetic blessing. You can say to you can say it quietly. Of course, you don't have to say this out loud. You say this to strangers. You say it to someone having an altercation on the street. I bless those people with peace, harmony, or balance, or clarity, or maturity. I bless Canada with abundance and harmony. I bless the US with right mind and balance and right action. I bless my house with love. I bless my body with beauty and health. So see this blessing exercise as really a 3-point strategy: self-care, self-love, breath, keeping your breath and body open and deep, and blessing yourself and everyone around you. I actually have noticed that since I do this, I do this anyway as part of my other training, but again, hearing it from Matt Kahn, it reinforces what I already know. And I really can feel a difference in my relationships with those people when I start blessing them. Of course, I bless myself. I have to start with myself first. Again, self-care, number one step on the path. Bless myself first with the things that I need that I'm not getting or perceiving in life. What it is that I need in this moment, bless myself with that. And then when I'm seeing people in the world, whether it's on social media, television, out in the world, the park, the playground, the school, the club, the whatever I'm at, I will start doing blessings. And it feels really good inside. And it actually does create another alchemic shift in your own energy field when you're doing that. So I invite you to consider trying that out as an experiment. Again, take away the religious or spiritual understanding of it all. Energy 101, bless that which you desire in your life. Try it from that space, see how it goes. Then you know you're living a more harmonious, resourceful life. And then you may be able to get your mindset shifted into the whole spiritual reason why you would love everyone and everything, because we're all connected, we're all source. So from whatever angle you want to try it, please bless me, bless the show, bless your body, bless your wallet, bless your family, your friends, your loved ones, especially bless people going through some kind of shift or change or challenge. All right, so the 3 hacks today are self-care, keep your breath open, deep, and bless yourself and bless everyone. Again, these come from Matt Kahn. Again, check him out on the internet, YouTube. He has a wonderful YouTube channel. And check out his latest book, Everything is Here to Help You. So thanks for tuning in today for another everyday energy hack here on the show. Right, so stay tuned for more Gen Zen here on this show, here on Ottawa BuzzTV. We'll be back next Tuesday, May 29th. So excited to have one of my mentors, a sacred activist, Andrew Harvey. Andrew Harvey is an author and sacred activist for the last 30 years. We'll be talking about his book, Savage Grace. And Andrew was the facilitator on a Bali trip I took last November. Totally changed my life. I owe that guy a lot. I first interviewed him about 15 years ago, had an amazing experience with him then. Had a live experience with him in 2017, and so happy to have him on the show now next week. So check out our interview with Andrew Harvey next Tuesday. All right. And between now and then, remember, when it's dark outside, keep the light on. Thanks for watching.